I've done so far is cleared that off, so spring. I just put a loop on this end. A loop, probably 4 or 5 inches. Pull this loop down, see where I need. So right down here, one of these rocks, I have to tie another line to one of these rocks and then another loop. I'm going to tie it around this rock. Ooh, there's a hornet. I guess it's just a horsefly. It's all right, as long as it's not a hornet. Okay, now I'm going to grab the key part of this trap. There's the key part of this trap. That's the DF4 figure 4 trap. I'm going to rig this up so I can catch fish with it. This is modified a little bit. I want to put this here. Oops. Try that again. Okay. I'm going to bring this down. Find out where this other hook is. Yeah, I've got to put a different loop on it. This is where you adjust it. There we go, we'll try this. That's set up. Now, I'm going to run my fishing line from there onto the trigger and into the water. What I'm going to do is make up my line. I'm going to grab my hook, put that on. Because this here, it's a small stream. And not sure how, I've got to have this line tight. And I don't have a whole lot of room. So, in this manner, you basically have to adjust your line to the size you need. Normally, if you're in a lake or something like that, or a bigger river, you can just, make the line what you want as far as you can throw it, kind of thing. But it's got to be tight. So, get that tied on. I'll trim the excess after I drop it. What I'm using here for line today is 40-pound test. Just because that's what I have for rigging this up, so I can actually use it in the bay for bigger fish and have multiple hooks on this. So I'll put 2 split shots on it. There we go. I'm going to cast that out and kind of see where I need it. Now it's all wrapped around my foot. So it's going to be out there somewhere. Okay, that's plenty there. Now I just have to bring it up to that. So I can cut that off right about here. There's no science to this, it's just guesswork. And now I'm going to tie this to this. This is going to act as your fishing pole once you get a fish caught. Now there's one more thing I have to do. I need one more small piece of line to set up my trigger. And what this is good for is if you have a set of these, you can set these up, 4 or 5 of them on the bank, throw your line in, have 4 or 5 hooks on each line, and you can really increase your odds in catching fish. This here is just a, what it's set up as. Once they bite, it'll trigger that off and the stick will pull back, hopefully hooking the fish. Okay, what I put is a knot in there, and now I'm going to put another slip knot. I'm going to show you how I set this up. Okay, I've baited my hook first. Now, this little slip knot that I put in it, I'm going to take that and put my line through it. And now, I can take this and run it back to where I need it on here. Now this is going to be tricky here, so you're going to want to, what this is going to do is it's going to pin your line to the trigger. As soon as you get it tight enough. Okay, you can see that's rather tight. Not real tight on here though. You want that tight on this trigger. And if this sets off, I'm going to have to just redo it. Yeah, there's enough tension there now. Okay, now I can throw it in the water. Because you want tension on here, so when this will pull on this line, it will set it off. There you go. This here can be a little loose, because that's not what is important. I'm going to hold this here while I cast this out, so it does not set it off. Like that. So, I have to reset. Maybe easier to do that as well. Just cast it out and then reset it. Cast that out again. See how she goes. So this is fishing. You can't guarantee it. I'm going to run over this real quick. I've got an anchor loop. You can drive a stake in the ground, do the same thing. I got an anchor loop down here that hooks to this bottom piece. Right here I have a notch. The loop running up to the stick up there. Now that there is, I don't have a whole lot of pressure on it. It's like jerking a fishing rod. You don't give this great big giant jerk, otherwise you can rip it right out of their mouth. You just need a small little jerk, a twitch, to catch a fish, to set the hook. That's what this is set on. The line that I have in the water is tied up there as well. It comes down and then it's pressure fitted by that little loop onto the end. It's just pressure fitted on there. So when something bites this, it goes like that there. The trigger's set up there. That jerks the bait about a foot. It's according to how much tension you put on that. That's how that works. Couldn't show that to you right now because of, well, there's no fish biting. But that's the basics of that set up as a fish trap. In my area, you have to be nearby, and you got to be looking after your traps. You can't just set them overnight. You have to look after them. So I was here the whole time while I was doing this. Just another option for this DF4 trap.